Hi, it's Paris from Epic Reviews, the health channel, and I'm on day 2 of the Dr. Oz Cleanse and Detox Smoothie Diet, and I am ready to do the lunch drink. I didn't have time to videotape everything yesterday, but I'm going to start with today doing the lunch drink, and I've got the mixings for that here and the blender to make that. See how that one tastes today. I have a little bit different ingredients. I didn't have quite everything I needed yesterday. And before I get started with this, I know it's only been one day, but I'm going to go do a weigh-in on the Wii and see. You can't tell anything from one day to the next, I know, but anyway, I thought I'd check my weight each day and see how it follows along with eating these things. So let me go do that, and then I'll come back and make this. Alright, it's the morning of day 2, time to check in. See if the elimination day had much effect. Alright, 30.39. I think that's a little lower than yesterday. Shows a change of 1.1 pounds. Well, it's certainly better than if I put a pound on following Dr. Oz's plan. So let's hope this 1 pound is the start of something good. So, pretty good news. Again, with one day to the next, anything can happen. You can't go by it, but I'm certainly glad that I didn't gain a pound, so losing a pound is a good thing. All right, let's see what happens with the lunch drink on day 2. I've got just about everything I needed here. I made a mistake and I didn't get the almond milk. I got rice milk instead, so hopefully that won't cause too much trouble. If you, by the way, this is the first video you've seen, I've done the first day and the breakfast drink on a different video. This particular paper you can print out from Dr. Oz's website. If you missed the episode, you can learn more about this 3-day detox and cleanse that he's recommending, the smoothie diet that has everything you need, everything you need nutritionally, only about 1,400 calories in total, and so that's probably not as much as you'd like. Anyway, let's see how this works out. All right, today into the Vitamix go 4 celery stalks. I don't like celery, and I know they have shorter versions, but somehow I ended up with this incredibly long celery, so I'm afraid this is really going to taste like celery. 1 cucumber. There's no mention as to whether you ought to peel the cucumber. Probably should take the sticker off. But I'm just going to throw it in with the skin on, and we'll see. Maybe it's common knowledge you're not supposed to do that when you juice a cucumber, but I don't know that. 1 cup of kale leaves. And again, I had this issue with the spinach yesterday, that do you pack it down to measure it or not? Here's my 1 cup line, and it really doesn't take much to make it look like you've got a cup of this leafy stuff. Oh boy, gee, I've overflowed, but it's mostly air. So I added extra spinach, and it tasted a little extra spinachy, but I'm going to do the same here again. Okay, call that a cup. This is a very green mixture so far. In fact, it's entirely green. That takes care of the kale. Half a green apple. Now, this is something I was talking about yesterday, doing the lemon. I'm going to put the whole apple in. I'm not going to peel it because a lot of the good things in the apple are right underneath the skin, a lot of the nutrients that you want. However, apples, pears, and I can't remember the other fruits, but there's a family of fruits where the seeds have arsenic in them, and eating a few won't hurt you, but if you're going to be doing this regularly, you can actually build up some arsenic if you smoothie-ize your apples. If you juice them, it's different because the pulp gets all taken out, including the seeds. But if you grind them up and pulverize them, you're pulverizing those seeds. That releases the arsenic, and you do absorb that. So there wasn't any mention from Dr. Oz about make sure you don't put the seeds in, but I believe you don't put the seeds in, so I'm going to cut this in half, take out the core center section, and put the rest in. Okay, got my apple prepared. Just took out the core section of it. That goes in. I wonder if at some point if I should turn this on and liquefy before it gets too jammed up. I think that might be a good idea. Try to liquefy what I've got already, and then I'll add some more. Okay, this could get messy. Stay in there, please. Put this on medium. Here we go. It's not going to work. Alright, since I'm having trouble fitting the apple in, I'm afraid it's going to get too packed. I'm going to jump ahead here to the liquid. I tried it without it and I'm getting a nice salad going on there, but let me put in my liquid and I think that'll help to liquefy everything. We're doing 1/2 cup of almond milk. This is rice milk. That's what I got. That's what I'm going with. Again, no ice on the menu. Well, there's no water on the menu for this particular drink, but the ice gets it nice and cold and you don't taste the unpleasant things. Okay, let's try to liquefy some stuff now. Alright, we had a little technical difficulty there with the cucumber. Perhaps in the future it'd be a good idea to cut it into smaller pieces first, but anyway, we got that moderately emulsified, and the point we're at right now is to put in 1/2 a green apple and 1/2 a lime. Probably would have been a good idea to cut this into smaller pieces too. Make do. Now the lime, I don't see any seeds in it. The skin's pretty thin. I'm going to put the whole thing in. I don't want to have to go to the trouble of peeling it. So I think they call that zest, like lemon zest when you add the skin. Alright, we've then got a tablespoon of coconut oil. This stuff is so unhealthy, I can't believe it's in the list, but I've heard different claims. I know foods that get cooked in this have the reputation of being terrible for your heart, and the saturated fat on 1 tablespoon of this, which is what I'm supposed to put in here, is 60% of your daily value saturated fat. Okay, it's on the list, so I'm going to do it. Okay, I got the coconut oil open. I expected it to be like oil, but it's more like a blizzard at Dairy Queen. I'm guessing it's not the right temperature for it to be in its liquid form. Boy, it's pretty solid. I remember though, seeing on the Dr. Oz show, it was kind of chunky what he had for the coconut. No smell. Thought it would be coconutty. Alright. I don't really want to do a big heaping teaspoon of this since it's 60% of my saturated fat into 1 spoonful anyway. And it's very sticky. It's almost like wax, I would say. That's what it looks like, is wax. Tastes like wax. Why do they cook with that? Okay, 1/2 cup of almond milk. I jumped ahead and did that already. So I'm down to 1 cup of pineapple now. Cut up some pineapple. Have some pieces left here. I can guesstimate a cup's worth, I suppose. If I fold that in half, yeah, that's a cup's worth. Okay. Don't need to pour it. Well, this is going to be a big drink. Oh, compared to breakfast. Let me clean up. Now for the final mixing. Start it out a little slower. You'll feel chunks. Must be the apple. Chunks floating around there, but I like it chunky. I like when it does the tornado thing and it sucks the stuff down to the blade, so it does the best job of chopping it up. Okay, medium consistency. Let me go get a glass. Okay, let's pour a glass of this. A little different ingredients than what I made it with for lunch yesterday, so pretty chunky. Very chunky. Plenty more where that came from. Looks like I'm able to get about 2.5 glasses from it. Smells cucumbery kale-y. Yeah, still lots of chunks in there. Probably should have rounded up a little more. It's not the cucumber, it's the celery. I think those were awfully big sticks of celery to put in there. Maybe you can see a little better what it looks like here. Well, not much difference from the one I made yesterday with a couple different ingredients. Very green. It's got to be healthy. It's got to be healthy if it tastes like this. So, I will have this for the afternoon, and I don't know that I'll have time to do the dinner one today, so probably tomorrow I'll do another weigh-in, and then I'll make the dinner drink on video and hope it turns out to be uneventful. Till then.